as we get to the end of the season, and we truly are, because we're mid-April now, and there isn't a lick of snow outside, it's time to put them away.
Mm-hmm.
What have you got for us that are your best suggestions, Steve, for putting away snowmobiles?
Well, I don't probably do what everyone else does, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I just park it, make sure the skis are off the ground, trap's off the ground. I might grease the suspension and stuff just to make sure there's no water in anything.
Right.
And then I don't fill the tanks up, I don't empty the tanks, I don't stabilize in the tanks. I just run them several times throughout the summer, let the oil get through everything, and let them warm up really nicely so that any moisture is gone. And then I know I'm going to clean the carburetors in the fall anyways.
Right.
I'm not worried about that. I don't really want to have a full tank of fuel that's sitting all summer. We can drain that and top it up with premium.
Well, basically, the way gas is today,
Yeah.
the gas, if you put it away in the spring now and then go back there in September, more or less just water anyway. Mix it with 7-Up, right?
Typically just siphon gas out of it also for my lawnmower.
Yeah, there you go.
Every time I ran out, I go over to the sled and get the gas out of it. And then in the fall, I like to put 500 milliliters of oil in gas. Just to break in the beginning of the year. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people put stabilizer in, and they'll say to drain your tank and drain your carbs. I don't think having the carbs dry is necessarily great either.
I do that because I don't like the idea of, especially, and I'm going to say on the Ski-Doos more so than others, but it has happened with the Polaris, is that green stuff that likes to grow in the carbs.
Well, I know I'm taking the carbs apart every fall anyway. That's more to me the most important thing anyway. But yeah, and it's weird. That stuff's weird because you can go a couple of years and your carbs are like just minty clean.
Yeah.
And then they'll just all of a sudden 1 year
Whatever that stuff is. It's horrible. But yeah, I know for myself, I always try to run the carbs, but two of my sons are fuel injected, and you can't even do that.
They don't seem to mind.
Yeah, they're so forgiving. I gotta say how much I love fuel injection. But yeah, for the carbs, I make sure I do that. Same thing, I put some ski skins under the skis so they don't rust. And all that. Grease and suspensions, of course, because you want to squeeze out any water that's in there so you don't have rusty, basically deteriorating bearings come the fall, or more importantly, about December or January when they finally fall apart from all the rust.
So did you say you drain your fuel, or you just run your carbs dry?
I just run the carbs dry.
That's actually probably not a bad thing. You could, even if you just, and then you could actually still run your machine a couple of times throughout the summer, but just run the carbs dry each time, and that's a good amount of time to warm your engine back up. But I think it's good to get that oil going through that motor throughout the summer too.
So that's what you've got.
Clean them.
Yeah.
Spray any aluminum bits on them down with some WD-40 or something if you want to, so they don't oxidize.
Okay, WD-40 doesn't dry out.
It does dry out, but it leaves a little bit of film behind. It's probably better oils than that, but just get them oily. Just get the motor stuff kind of a little bit. I do anyway. Just get them a little bit oily. Get the exhaust a little bit oily. Just slows corrosion down a little bit.
Something I do and did with my old carbureted sleds, and I still got one that I've got out at the lake that I need to get at, is I would put that engine fogging oil into it. What do you think of that stuff, Steve?
Some of the new sleds will fog themselves, and those are the ones that don't want to run again. It's still matches to it. I've had a couple come in here where I've had to change all the spark plugs because they just ran my junk after they fog themselves. I don't fog them. I guess you could fog them, but I just think run them. Run them once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while.
Because
it makes sense.
You could sit there fogged and still be condensing. There's still moisture condensing in that motor, right?
So the engine fogging is what you think is fouling spark plugs, or is it doing a little bit more?
I think it was fouling the plugs. These are newer machines, and they have that automatic fog feature, and they never ran right when they got them going again because you just finished fogging your engine full of oil, right? So, and then they didn't touch them all summer. They didn't try to run them all summer.
Well, like I say, with mine, I can't get half. They're just buried, but they're fuel injected. I mean, obviously, I go there in the fall every year and crank the key over because it's still nice and warm out, and they just fire right up. It's just no issue. Yeah. So it's carburetors. You really, man, that's not what life is all about.
No. Yeah. Unless you're gonna take them apart every fall and clean them, which I would say to anybody with carbon.
Okay.
Pull them off.
Clean them
properly. Put
Well,
them
they're
back on.
Makunis. I mean, really, 90% of them are Makunis, I should say now, unless you're a vintage guy.
Yeah.
But if it's a Makuni carb, I mean, that's a 10-minute walk.
Depends on the sled. Like taking a load of that old Tundra sitting back there.
Oh yeah, when I say 10-minute job, I'm talking about the actual
Yeah.
carb, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
getting at it and getting
Yeah,
it
that
off.
can take the longest part. Just
But the other nice thing about that is you can also check your engine oil adjustments and all that while those carbs are out of the way.
check your cables. You know, it's just, I mean, preseason machine no matter what.
Right.